The hard facts, viewers, straight from the CNN News 18 Federal Bank Prime Time studio. Friends, viewers, 24 hours is a long time in politics. The cliche remains as true today as it ever was. In 24 hours, Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal's hopes of emerging from jail as the heroic victim of the NDA's tyrannical overreach have been dashed. You remember, viewers, when he came out on bail a month ago? He came out in this massive procession, standing atop a jeep almost, waving to fans and saying that this was a victory for democracy. Well, viewers, that victory has been stalled in its tracks. The Delhi High Court has decided to stay Kejriwal's bail in the Delhi excise policy scam case. The bail was granted in all wisdom by a lower court judge late on Thursday. In fact, around 8 o'clock, viewers, yesterday, right after this show. The Delhi High Court was approached this morning by a stunned enforcement directorate that complained about the perverseness, not my words, the ED's words, of the lower court's order. After a protracted hearing, the High Court has decided it will pronounce on the matter next week. This denied the AAP and the opposition their shot at going ballistic against the NDA and in particular Prime Minister Modi for the alleged murder of democratic free play. Remember, viewers, right after the lower court's verdict yesterday, a whole host of characters from the opposition, anti-Modi brigade, viewers, several from the Congress, why they would take up cudgels for the AAP is a mystery, but nonetheless, viewers, grant them that. Many from the TMC, several, in fact, from the DMK, all lined up and said that bail in a matter such as this is a vindication of Kejriwal's innocence, of the strength of his case and the weakness of the ED's court-motivated, unquote, case. Well, viewers, today in court, with pretty much its reputation on the line, the ED took pains to link Kejriwal to an assortment of dodgy hawala operators and wheeler dealers who, according to the agency, were out to cheat the people of Delhi by siding with the liquor mafia. The ED has been convinced of the Chief Minister's guilt, and in court, it made a strong impression, at least attempted to make a strong impression on the judge. It said the trial court order is perverse and one-sided. ED arguments were curtailed by the trial court, that the trial court conclusions based on wrong facts and wrong dates. The bribe giver's admission ignored by the trial court, said the enforcement directorate. It said that the credibility of witnesses can't be tested at the stage of bail. It said that'll come when you have cross-examination, when the trial begins. It also told very clearly, the High Court today, that the Supreme Court has not stayed the High Court's April 9 order affirming legality of Kejriwal's arrest. And viewers, it emphasized, the Enforcement Directorate through its lawyers emphasized that it has given an end-to-end money trail to the trial court, which again was overlooked. The ED's lawyers also said a case of vicarious liability is made out against Kejriwal since AAP is accused of money laundering, and of course Kejriwal is the convener of the party. On Thursday, viewers, it was all downhill for the Enforcement Directorate in the lower court, in the Rouse Avenue court in the capital. The lower court has been scathing in its admonishment of the Enforcement Directorate. Let me take you through what the trial court, the lower court, said. It said that the ED didn't show any link between Vijay Nair, who's supposed to be this close accomplice and the go-between between the Chief Minister and the liquor barons. That no direct evidence against Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has been forthcoming from the Enforcement Directorate side. That the ED is silent on how AAP proceeds of crime were utilized for Goa polls is telling. In fact, viewers, one would think that The lower court was actually pronouncing on the entire case. It said the bigger portion of alleged amount remains to be traced out. The ED is silent on why the accused is not named in the CBI case or the ECIR that was filed by the Enforcement Directorate. The accused has not been summoned by the court. Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal lying in custody on the pretext of the probe going on. And, several things were said. There was an observation: principles of legal fairness must not be overshadowed. Investigating agency is not acting without bias against Arvind Kejriwal. Viewers, it was short of a summary, tongue lashing of the Enforcement Directorate and its case. Naturally, viewers, the ED feared the worst today. But it has come away with a bit of a reprieve, and Arvind Kejriwal's hopes are dashed. But the fundamental question remains, viewers: is now the bail the test of the Chief Minister's guilt or innocence? What happens if, and I'm not trying to presage anything, or the court in particular, viewers, what happens tomorrow if the High Court denies bail to Mr. Kejriwal? Will some of these individuals accept then that Mr. Kejriwal is prima facie guilty in this matter? Viewers, this business of reacting on a day-to-day basis on orders in court is a very dangerous trend. Let's open this up. Let's ask some fundamental questions. I want to begin first with Mr. Piyush Joshi. Mr. Piyush Joshi yesterday, and of course Ishkan Bhandari. Ishkan Bhandari, who's also, of course, a noted lawyer, national spokesperson of the BJP, also there with us, Mr. R.P. Singh. But let me first begin with you, Piyush Joshi. You've come across as someone very balanced in this entire tumultuous period. Ups and downs there have been many. But I want to ask you, yesterday, would you endorse the reactions of the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress, others, who said that, oh, this bail means that the case is a fake one? That bail means that Modi is a dictator who's gunning for the opposition, locking them all up. Would you endorse that stance?
Well, when it comes to the second part of your statement, the later part, I will definitely endorse that stance that Modi is running a dictatorial regime, and I have no doubts in my mind towards that. But when you come to the first part, whenever there is a bail order which is pronounced by any court, let it be a sessions court, let it be a high court or supreme court, and if the matters are concerning the political identities of the nation, then definitely the volunteers usually react in an emotive manner and not certainly in a legal manner. So to read too much legal thought into that particular thing, I think it's a bit preposterous. I think we should be taking the reactions at their face value. And if their leader is released, there was cause to rejoice. And that's what they were
Mr. Joshi, are you suggesting for a moment that the political parties react in this way to create some sort of a perceptorial advantage for themselves in the eyes of the public, and therefore are misleading the public? Is that what you're accusing or admitting to?
I'm neither accusing, I'm nor admitting. What I'm trying to
you just made a point. No, hang on. You have made an accusation. You said on the second part, Modi is a dictator. That's an accusation. You made an accusation. So don't say that you didn't make an accusation. You haven't followed up to explain why you believe so. On what basis do you believe so?
I can very well.
And secondly, you yourself have suggested that, political parties do this. So are they making fools out of the public by over-amplifying the significance of a ruling?
I never said any of that, what you are and how you are elaborating my statement. All I said that when they are either the political party's leader is arrested or released, the volunteers do behave in an emotive manner because political parties in this country are run on passion, and people are passionate about what they believe in, and that is what they thrive on. So I'm not saying that they were pronouncing on the legal aspect, or they were admitting to the guilt when they exhibited despair. and it is neither of them. It is not an admittance of guilt, nor it is a contemplation of exaggeration. It is basically emotion
It
that
is
they
just
either
grandstanding to mislead the public. Why don't you say it? Be honest. Come on. Why else would you be? What do you mean emotion?
Well, why would I admit something, which is your belief and not mine?
Okay.
And coming
Let me
to the
open
second
this up.
part, coming to the second part,
Yeah.
that why I believe Modi is a dictator, it is very clear. You do a randomized control analysis. Take any statistician for that matter. Forget about what I'm trying to say. Take the leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party and pro-BJP leaders on one side, and take the leaders of opposition on another side, and monitor how the enforcement directorate is behaving in the corruption cases against them. Himanta Biswa Sarma, Chhagan Bhujbal, Ajit Dada Pawar, and go to Digambar Kamath in the south, and many of them. How many times they have been summoned, what has happened to the Louis Berger case, what has happened to the Sharda Chit Fund scam case, what has happened to Suvendu Adhikari. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to analyze that Modi is running a dictatorial regime or not, or Modi is running an oppressive regime to crush the opposition or not. It's pretty clear, and everybody knows it. Just people are, only the opposition people are telling it out in
viewers,
the open.
Today the Aam Aadmi Party that supported the ED in cases against opposition, its own opposition, non-BJP political opponents, viewers, is blaming Modi and calling him a dictator for pressing ahead with ED enforced investigations. This is bizarre logic, viewers. The same AAP, viewers, which supported the arrest of Congress leaders in Punjab on the back of an ED investigation, is today talking about the use of the ED as a political weapon by a dictator. Viewers, this is frightful. I can understand that you will say that, look, an agency is being misused. And let's be honest, viewers, political parties across the board have used or misused. And I'll bring in Ishkaran Bhandari on this. No, one second, Mr. Joshi, one second, sir, please. Ishkaran Bhandari on this point. Yes, we all accept that, look, unfortunately, it's not something that we should blithely ignore or normalize, but political parties do use agencies, law enforcement under them to do all sorts of things. We know this. But at the end of the day, the test is in court always. And to assume that the ED is getting away, the court is rubber stamping, etc., because there's a dictator controlling every institution, isn't that far-fetched, Mr. Bhandari?
Rahul, it is far-fetched, but more worrisome. Yesterday, there were certain social media accounts, including very big accounts, who related this bail order by the vacation judge to Modi getting 240 seats in the Lok Sabha. And those tweets were viral. You must have seen that. Everybody saw them. Now today, I believe they again have recognized or would say something or the other against the judiciary. You can't go one day believing in independence of judiciary and in 24 hours casting aspersions on the judiciary. That just shows you in a very shallow light. But unfortunately, people do that. Now let's come to this case. Let's come to the facts of this case, because this is a judgment coming by the court in the same circumstances. There is no difference of 240 or 303 in 24 hours as certain people wanted to celebrate yesterday. Fact number one. In the morning itself, when the High Court stayed the order for a few hours saying, let me hear the case, an entire social media narrative started. How can a judge stay an order without the order before him? So let me just cite you one precedent from Bombay, Salman Khan. Salman Khan got convicted by session court. The order, the operative part of the order is read by the court. When they say we have given bail or we have convicted a person, the full order flows in due course. The lawyers of Salman Khan went to High Court. Immediately he got an interim bail for 2 days. Now whether that's a good order, not a good order, whether a celebrity gets that, whether a common man gets that, I'm not going into all that. But as a precedent, I'm just telling you, without an order in Salman Khan case, his conviction got stayed for 2 days. Later on hearing happened and whatever relief he got, he got. So it was not a new thing. But suddenly on social media, you create an entire atmosphere against the judiciary as if this is the first time this has happened. That was for a few hours. Then, luckily, the order got uploaded. The court had the benefit of the order. Lengthy arguments were done. And the court has reserved judgment on that order while staying the order of the trial court. We can go into the merits of the order of the trial court, but suffice at this moment, we should not, because I'm talking about democracy here. On the merits of the order, there are enough things. There is a section 45 which is very clear. The trial court judge had to satisfy and answer that. Prima facie it appears that has not been answered, but that's for the High Court judgment to come. But the larger question, and I will end by saying this, please stop casting aspersions on judiciary when an order is not in your favor, and celebrating and casting aspersion on the people's verdict. It was 240 seats, so the order came. Judiciary is independent. Based on the facts of the case, you will get your orders. So stop politicizing the judiciary as you have politicized every institution in this country.
Tehseen Poonawalla, it's a valid point, and I want to bring in R.P. Singh also now, the two political voices on this debate. Tehseen Poonawalla, you saw the reaction after yesterday. All political parties, especially the Congress party that obviously believes that Mr. Kejriwal is innocent, that there has been no liquor scam, even though there are a large number of Delhi Congress leaders who believe quite the contrary, has put itself right there in the center fourth in defense of Mr. Kejriwal. Now, tomorrow if bail is denied or next week or what have you, will you accept guilt?
Good evening, Rahul. No, won't accept guilt. Sorry. I think both the Honorable High Court, with respect to the Honorable High Court before His Majesty I bow, and these ED officers, and then with a lot of responsibility seeing it, must reflect upon what is happening. The only test for bail is the tripod test. Is Kejriwal ji at flight risk? Can he tamper with evidence? Or can he hamper investigation? Nothing else matters. Courts have now added a fourth thing, governments and courts and prosecution that... Yeah, but just allow me. Courts and prosecution agencies have now added a fourth and a fifth thing.
You're legally wrong. I'm not interrupting you, but what you are saying
I'm
is
on the road.
correct.
So, buddy, I'm on the road. If you just because...
Let him finish, then I can bring you in.
Because I
R.P.
just
Singh
like the
also
flow.
wants to come in.
Yeah, I just like the flow. So, I'll just restart this so that my flow comes. The only test for bail is the tripod test. Are you at flight risk? Can you hamper investigation? Or can you, or are you going to try and stop the tamper with evidence? Courts have now put in fourth and fifth things, and investigating agencies. The fourth point courts have put in is gravity of the situation or the offense, and fifth thing that investigation agencies have put in is non-cooperation. Now, non-cooperation with an agency is my fundamental right under Article 20. Fundamental right. The fourth thing of gravity of the offense. I am in court for bail. I don't believe I've committed an offense. Courts have now started looking at gravity of an offense. This is not at all for bail. And of course, we know that PMLA has been turned around. You're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. But that's for courts, and that's a larger debate, and I'm ready to debate that with Ishkaran on a larger day. But I want to take through your medium, ask the ED officers, these IPS, IRS, and some of these IAS. Is this why you all became officers? A sitting chief minister is in jail. There is no iota of any money trail to him. Doing what two people in the government want you to do, is this why you're compromising the steel frame of India? It's something every single officer in ED must reflect upon. Is this why you all are officers? Nobody can do anything to you if you decide to uphold the law and the constitution. The law has been passed, that's turned around, that makes you guilty until you're innocent. And then you have these officers who are more eager to please the master. One last thing, I agree with the BJP, with the Aam Aadmi Party analyst, Mr. Joshi. Why has ED, if it's so neutral, not gone about after those who are accused in ED cases and supporting the BJP? There why they don't call them enough times? There why they keep the case on but the sword hanging?
Let me ask you,
Mr.
Poonawalla, you are giving today moral lectures to the steel frame of our country. Will you ask the Karnataka police why it jumped across jurisdictions, landed up to arrest me, for instance, on a frivolous case that was quashed pretty much by the High Court? Yeah. Or, for that matter, a YouTuber, without even, I don't know, without even going, even without going to the local police station to take permission.
Yes, terrible.
You're terrible.
And that doesn't make Congress right.
So it doesn't make the Congress right. So the Congress...
No, and West Bengal is the
no, 1 second. Did you ask this question of Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, when the Supreme Court called the CBI under the UPA caged parrot? It has never ever used those expressions after which. So I'm asking you tonight, did you question on social media the arrest of, or the attempt to arrest this Mr. Bharti that you are referring to?
Yes. Yes, I did. And number two, on that cage parroting, I just want to differ a little bit. I think the Honorable Court was again, I bow down to it, was wrong. Because it was a duty, please allow me, it was the duty of the then Law Minister Ashwini Kumarji. It was his duty to see what file goes before the court. You're the Law Minister of the country. But that's not the debate I want to get into. I think all politicians are misusing agencies, including Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab against Congress. And it is the duty of these officers to stand up.
How many times has Rahul Gandhi questioned Kejriwal? He questions everybody on this point. How many times has he questioned Kejriwal about you misusing agencies against Congress party leaders?
I think the Congress has.
Don't think. I'm asking you, has Rahul Gandhi, who holds the constitution in his hand like this, has he asked Kejriwal, what are you doing with my constitution? Yes, no. Yes, no.
Let me begin with a premise. Rahul Gandhi is bad, Kejriwal is bad.
You can't get away trivializing the debate. You see, you can't make grandstand. You can't grandstand. Well, okay, let me open this up. Let me bring in RP Singh. RP Singh, why don't you respond? Tripod test and the fact that, the steel frame of our bureaucracy must introspect and that everyone does it. Please respond.
Rahul, the scene probably is a good lawyer, and I give him that he's a very good lawyer, but he's trying to twist the facts as it suits him or his party. All what he said doesn't apply in a PMLA case. In a PMLA case, you have to prove that you're not guilty, and then they have tried their best in the Supreme Court trying to overturn this PMLA for Section 45, but court has rejected that. So, what happened yesterday in the court, ED has gone with that to the higher court today and said that we were not heard. We have all the evidence, we have all the details, we have all the money trail also. They have tried to give the detail of the money trail also to the court today. And on that basis, please reject the bail. But let the court decide. But Mr. Tahsil Punewala, I'll give you some names. The name is Supal Singh Khera, OP Soni, Sadhu Singh, Bharat Bhushan, Ashu, and I'm forgetting one more name. There are five ministers who were held by, who were sent to jail by Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab. But there Vijay Singla was not. Vijay Singla was, you remember that Vijay Singla was caught in corruption case and Kejriwal came and chest thumped and said, oh, I've thrown the man out, but no case till date. But all these five people have gone through the rigorous jail punishment also without being heard.
Okay.
So, at least have the same parameters for everyone. So, it suits when it suits you. And what about your own state party president who has filed a case against Mr. Kejriwal in this liquor scam? Your leader has been chest thumping here also in Delhi that, oh, we have filed the case, we are the first one to file the case. And if the case is being pursued by ED, you make hue and cry. When ED is just pursuing what you have filed, and let the ED take it on court.
Viewers,
and let court decide.
Viewers, look at the court of public opinion. Piyush Joshi talked about how political parties become so emotional that they go to their supporters, etc., and they say, look, we have been victimized. And I want to come back to Ishkan Bhandari on that tripod point and so forth. But just very quickly, viewers, here's a quick comment. What happened? Mr. Kejriwal said that he was being jailed to create an uneven playing field. The opposition says they are jailing us to create an uneven playing field. Viewers, third time fail opposition. Got less than 100 seats. Mr. Kejriwal came out of jail. He was given relief to campaign. How many seats did he get in Punjab, viewers?
Can I respond now,
One second, Mr. Joshi. Let me just finish. You please come in. I'm not asking you to go anywhere. I'm definitely going to ask you. Okay. He said 13 out of 13 we are getting because the people are going to stand with those who are being persecuted. In Delhi, he said, there's going to be an upset. And jail ka badla vote se. Joshi ji, kya hua?
Right.
What
so
happened?
Let's get into the So now we are talking about the political aspect of the whole fiasco. So when we discuss about that whole political aspect, that why Aam Aadmi Party won only 3 seats in Punjab and why they did not win any of the seats, I think it is a cause for grave introspection, and the party should introspect.
Grave introspection.
Of course, why not?
Now it's about introspection. Why don't you admit, sir, that in the court of public opinion, you are not seen as clean? A whole bunch of people from the cabinet are in jail.
Rahul ji, I hardly speak for 20 seconds and then your counter comes in. Just allow me
Please,
30 seconds
sir.
to a minute, and then definitely it's your show, all I'm trying to say that is a cause for introspection. What we are discussing today is not why Aam Aadmi Party won 3 seats only and why they lost all 7 seats. Is basically what we are discussing is that why Kejriwal ji was denied bail and why probably he was granted bail yesterday. Now, when we talk about the political aspect, certainly losing all the seats third time in the row, the party should introspect where the disconnect is, why the people are giving you a very strong mandate in assembly elections.
Okay, Mr. Joshi, I understand. Introspection is the need of the hour, Chintan. But when the BJP ends up short, it's a moral defeat. It's not a time for reflection and introspection. It's a moral defeat.
No,
Here, viewers, look at the goalpost changing. AAP loses on a corruption. Hang on. AAP loses on a victim card where it is putting itself up for referendum that, look, vote for us because we are in jail. That is introspection, viewers. Shocking. Anyhow. Yes, Ishkan Bhandari, you want to do?
You don't even want us to introspect now.
I'm not saying that, sir. I'm just saying how very cleverly you are exempting yourself. Exempting yourself from a verdict pronounced by the people. You say that these cases, I'm not saying it, sir. You say these cases are fabricated, they are to punish the opposition, and the opposition went to the people on this plank. And they came back with nothing.
That's what we believe in, and ultimately, when the courts are going to pronounce the judgment, our stand is going to be vindicated.
Fair enough, sir. Fair enough. Okay.
Rahul, two short points. One, very briefly on law. It is not only the triple test. PMLA Act Section 45 has twin conditions which need to be satisfied. So for social media, don't just keep saying that you are not a flight risk, so you can get bail under a PMLA case. So that is one reality, and the trial court has to satisfy those conditions, or any court has to satisfy those conditions before giving bail. Now coming to the more material point, because a lot of politics is done. The reason behind this is anarchist school of thought in with politics, where you believe by casting aspersion on judiciary, by shaking the confidence of people in judiciary, you might get votes. Now I ask a question, because we all saw the campaign in Delhi. Let's talk specifically of Delhi, where it was said, please give us vote because we are in jail. If you give us vote, we will not remain in jail. That was the sum and substance of various political leaders campaigning in Delhi. If they got 7 out of 7, imagine that. If they had gotten 7 out of 7, would they have not run to town saying that the people of Delhi have acquitted us of all charges?
Joshi.
But if you get 0 out of 7, are you not guilty of all charges? So that is why don't make such political arguments.
Mr. Joshi, respond.
Baba, when you are fighting a political contest, you are going to make political arguments. You are not going to make legal arguments when you are fighting.
So then 0-7 means you are guilty. So then 0-7 means you are guilty.
You are not going to decide and not.
So then you admitted. You are admitting this.
Decided by the honorable.
Piyush bhai, you are admitting it then. If you had gotten 7 and BJP had gotten 0, you would have said it's a political campaign which has succeeded. People have believed in us. Now if you get 0, that meeans people believe you are guilty. This is very dangerous politics to do.
I heard you patiently. Now I'm responding to the point you made. So that's what I'm saying. That when you are fighting a political battle, you will make political arguments, and that was a political argument. The people did not vote for us. So that is a matter of
small point,
because they didn't believe it. Because they didn't believe that you were not guilty, sir.
They believed you are corrupt.
Then why do they believe? Then why do they believe when state assembly elections are there?
Well, then you have to introspect on that issue. I'll just I'll leave it at this.
One
point.
Yes, quickly. RP Singh, make your point. Tehseen Punala, I'm coming to you. Last word. Yes. RP Singh.
No. Even if I go by the inferences and derivatives, then even the court yesterday said that large part of the proceed of the corruption has to be proven, but in a manner they are accepting, yes, the smaller amount which is 40 crore has been there, not under the 60 crore, is still to be investigated, but they, in a manner they accepted that.
Okay.
Court accepted
that. Punawala, if you go to the public with a particular issue and you say vote for us on that particular issue and the public rejects that issue, is it a loss, moral loss or defeat or victory?
It is, but the court should not look at what But court should not look at what is political.
Okay. I'm not saying
I want to make a larger point.
I'm not saying
no,
that.
I want to make one point. I want to make one point to Ishkaran. Ishkaran's right. Apart from the tripod test, PMLA does have the twin test. But that twin test, in my opinion, is ultra wise to the constitution.
That's a different argument. You can move the court again. You can try moving the court. That's a different argument. Viewers, the point is... Arey bhai, I have to wrap up the show. It's a different argument. We'll get into that argument. I'll have a debate with you guys separately on that. We'll have a show on it. Okay, on Monday or Tuesday, whenever the bail comes, the verdict comes, I promise you, second part will be on that. We can have that debate. But tonight is not the issue, and I need to take a short break, viewers. I'm coming right back with another very big story. Don't go away.
என்னம்மா இது வாமித்துறாங்க வவுறு வலி இல்லை இந்த வலி சரியாகிறதுக்கோசரம் அதை குடிச்சிட்டேன் அதை குடிச்சிட்டேன் எனக்கு ஃபோன் வந்துச்சு நான் வந்தேன் மருமகனை பார்த்தா மருமகன் இல்லை ஆஸ்பத்திரிக்கு கொண்டு போயிட்டாங்க அப்புறம் என் பொண்ணுக்கு என்ன கேட்டேன்மா எனக்கு கண்ணு தெரியலம்மா எனக்கு கண்ணு தெரியல என்னையெல்லாம் முடியலம்மா எனக்கு கண்ணு தெரியலம்மா நான் உடனே ஆட்டோ பிடிச்சி கொண்டு போனேன் அங்கே போய் 1 மணி நேரம் தான் வச்சுருந்தேன் முடியாதுன்ட்டாங்க முடிஞ்சிருச்சுன்ட்டாங்க ஒன்றுமே கவனிக்கல ஆஸ்பத்திரியில் சும்மா போனால் சேர்த்துருக்குதே ஒரு மாத்திரை மருந்து என்னன்னு வாயில் ஒன்று வச்சாங்க அப்புறம் குளுக்கோஸ் ஏற்றினாங்க இது மட்டும்தான் அங்கே இருக்கிற ஜனங்க இத்தனை பேர்த்துக்கு இதுதான் செஞ்சாங்க ஒரு என்ன பார்க்கணும் அம்மா டாக்டரு போலீஸ் இருந்து என்னத்துக்கு எல்லாத்தையும் தான் சாவடிச்சு அனுப்பிவிட்டாங்க அப்புறம் எது கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஸ்பத்திரி இன்றைக்கி அவன் சாராயம் விற்றவன் இன்றைக்கி செயலில் இருக்கிறான் அவன் லொக்கமாக பணத்தை கொடுத்துட்டு வெளியே வந்துடுவான் இப்போ நாங்கள் புளிவை இப்போ வாரி கொடுத்துட்டு இந்த புளிவில் வச்சுக்கிட்டு நீங்கள் எப்படி காப்பாற்ற வயசானோம் அப்போ
So she's saying that her son-in-law used to consume illicit liquor. Her daughter was in fact not well. She had stomach pain. And when they kept a glass, when the husband kept the glass and left, she thought it's the medicine and she consumed it by accident. And then initially she received a call from her daughter who said that she's not able to see, and then they rushed her. The son-in-law was nowhere to be found, so she rushed her, and 1 hour after she was hospitalized they declared dead. They declared that her daughter had passed away, and she says that the hospital didn't do much. There was just an oxygen mask and there was glucose that was given to her. Nothing much was done, and her daughter could have been saved, and she just consumed a glass of illicit liquor. She thought it's the medicine that's been kept for her because she was suffering from stomach pain for 3 days, and they didn't expect that it's illicit liquor. And here there are 2 kids here. Unga per enna?
En per Su
Raghavan. His name is Raghavan. How old are you? Edlo vayasu ungalku?
எனக்கு 14.
He's 14 years old. என்ன நடந்தது அன்னைக்கு நீங்க இங்க இருந்தீங்களா?
நாங்கள் ஸ்கூலுக்கு போயிட்டோம் நாங்கள் 3 பேரும் சாயந்தரம் வந்தோடனே தான் அம்மாவும் அப்பாவும் ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் இருக்காங்கன்னாங்க. நியூஸில் பார்த்து தான் நாங்களே தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டோம் அம்மாவும் அப்பாவும் இறந்தது. அதுக்கப்புறம் நாங்கள் விடிய உக்காந்துட்டு இருந்தோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் அம்மா ஆம்புலன்ஸில் அப்பாவும் அம்மாவும் வந்தாங்க.
So they left for school. They didn't know what was happening. When they returned from school, he says that he was told that his parents have been taken to hospital. Only after watching news he realized that it was because of the consumption of illicit liquor.
Viewers, in the past 1 week, 2 terrible tragedies have jolted the nation. In Bengal, a train crash that has claimed the lives of 10 individuals, and in Tamil Nadu, a huge tragedy where more than 4 dozen, yes, 4 dozen people have lost their lives. The death toll could climb further because there are many people who are still very critically off. Viewers, the facts are as follows. Till the broadcast is underway, 47 killed after consuming spurious liquor. Over 100 still being treated for poisoning. Some of them are in a critical condition. Methanol, can you believe it, viewers, found in the liquor that was consumed. Arak suppliers had previous cases against them, and they were continuing to operate with impunity, no checks. The police have arrested 4 so far for illicit liquor sale. The Madras High Court is extremely concerned about what it believes is the propensity of the system to gloss over such tragedies without affixing accountability. It has made certain observations, and let me take you through those observations. The issue can't be taken lightly, says the court. It's about human lives. What action was taken by the state since last year? What is to be done about the police who failed to act? Naturally, viewers, if there are history sheeters who are making arak, and they continue to do so and the whole world knows about it, why weren't they arrested, stopped, prosecuted? If authorities had acted, says the court, deaths could have been avoided. Transferring officials, right, but who will answer for the loss? Mere transfers, viewers? More than 4 dozen people dead? Expectedly, it has asked the High Court, viewers, has asked the state government to file a report detailing who it is holding accountable and what steps it proposes to take to ensure such tragedies don't repeat themselves. Viewers, the government has responded saying that we are promising to take stringent action. We'll protect people from antisocial elements, not running away, realize our responsibility, action against culprits with an iron hand, will take action to prevent future incidents. Again, viewers, in afterthought, it would appear, wouldn't it? The nation is thankful to the High Court because had it not cornered the state government, there is every possibility for the tragedy to have slipped by without anyone noticing. What else explains the muted reaction of the rights ecosystem? This ecosystem that erupts, viewers, across YouTube channels, across all sorts of activists. You remember the train tragedy? Viewers, in that train tragedy, all number of independent journalists aligned with a particular ecosystem were demanding the resignation of the railway minister, the prime minister. But the almost blindsiding of the scores of deaths by mainstream newspapers and the total absence of any self-censor in the DMK government. What explains this, viewers? The BJP cannot be faulted for criticizing the hypocrisy on display. It is almost as if lives of Indians in opposition ruled states are cheaper than BJP ruled ones. Listen into what the BJP is saying first, viewers, and then I'll open this up by pointing out selective vulture politics that is played in our country.
Today, the answers of this question should also come from Congress party who are in alliance with them. They are usually first ones to talk about loss of lives of innocent people. But the Congress party, for some reason best known to itself, after such a tragedy, is not willing to open its mouth and take a position.
Viewers, in the past, the Morbi bridge collapse, Rahul Gandhi, Congress came out and said no action against real culprits due to BJP link. Balasore train tragedy, Derek O'Brien came out and said PR prioritized over passenger safety. Viewers, Railways is only promoting Modi government. Exam controversy, when it came to that, Sitaram Yechury said, we'll corner BJP in parliament in the exam mess. When it comes to the Jammu terror strike, Sanjay Raut, UBT Sena says BJP busy in wiping out opposition, not terror. Viewers, I'm not denying the opposition its space to ask questions. Of course it must. It must ask pointed questions. But where is the opposition today? Why isn't it asking questions of its own self? Why aren't people who are in charge of the prohibition ministry in Tamil Nadu quitting? Why isn't the Chief Minister saying, I hold myself personally responsible, and if there is any other death, I will quit my post tomorrow, forthwith? Where's Rahul Gandhi? Where are all these independent YouTubers who are attacking other news channels and other presenters? I remember, viewers, they were attacking me, and I was holding the government to account on Morbi. Where are those people today, viewers? Where are these upholders of the right to speak up for the public interest today? How come the two newspapers that I read conscientiously every day did not even have this news on the front page? And the one that did had a little box item this big, viewers. 50 people dead, viewers. Box item this big. What's going on? Let's open this up. Let's open this up, viewers. Let's open this up and ask some direct questions tonight. Let me first begin with the DMK spokesperson and Suman C. Raman. Dr. Suman C. Raman. A. Sarvanan.
Yes, Rahul.
Yes.
Mr. Sarvanan,
Yes.
who's resigning from your cabinet?
So when did you start asking about resignations, Rahul?
All the time.
All
the time.
Really?
Go back 3 days
really?
back. Go 3 days back to the. No, hang
you
on.
asked for-
Don't get
No, you
into a
asked-
personal.
No, I don't
Listen,
know.
I'm asking you
No,
a
I'm not-
fundamental question. If you don't know,
I have-
get yourself educated. Find out.
Okay,
I want to
I will
ask
get
you.
myself educated.
I want to ask
Yes.
you, sir. Who's resigning
Yes.
from your cabinet?
Yes, so that's what I'm asking you this question. How many times have you asked this question against the BJP government?
I
Did you
asked it
hold
when
them
the
accountable
parliament attack took place, the leak recently.
No,
I asked it.
about
No,
the
don't
whole-
ask me. Listen, I will give you those answers and I will put
Please
them out
give me-
right
give
now.
me.
And then you will
Please
tell
put
me,
it,
no,
please put
1
it.
minute. Then you will
Please
tell
put it,
me,
please put it, please
look,
put it.
if you want to make this personal,
This
you
is
can.
not personal, Rahul.
Of course it
This
is.
is not personal.
I'm asking you a
If it
question.
is-
Is that your response today? 50 people are
No,
dead, sir, in your state, and you are
Yes,
going after a
yes,
journalist and you are asking
We are
him.
not going after a
Of
journalist.
course you are.
We
This is your
I'm not
response.
going after
Viewers,
a journalist.
this is the person that has been elected. This is what is elected. This is who you have elected. These people who can't tell you who in their government, I'm not even asking that question, the High Court is asking that question, viewers. Who is accountable? I'm asking you. Sarvananji, tell me, who is accountable?
Yes. Rahul, see,
Who is
the
accountable?
government, yes, the government has ensured that the PUD department, which is there, all the police officers there have been suspended, the SP has been suspended, the collector, he was removed, the ADGP, who is in charge of this PEW has been removed,
Okay.
a new set of officers are there on the ground, and the probe is on. We'll
Right.
find out who's responsible for mixing poison in the arak, and they will be brought to book.
Okay. Is there a
Yes.
is there a DMK link? Because the police
Is there?
seems to have protected. Police seems to have protected habitual offenders. I'm not saying it, the court has said it.
Yes, Rahul, there is no DMK link.
How do
We are
I know?
Not running a government. No, you don't know. Then why are you making?
Have you given
allegations?
this? No,
Why
have you given
allegations?
this? No, have
Why
you given the
allegations? Why
investigation
allegations?
to an independent agency, which
It
is
is an
directed by the
independent
courts?
It is an independent
Which
agency. The court have said.
Which agency?
CBCID. The court has said. The court has said.
Which
file
one?
a report. Let it go on.
Which one, Mr. Sarvan?
CBCID.
The CBCID viewers, we are going to be told is an independent agency. Wow.
So are you suggesting CBI is an independent agency, Rahul?
I don't
I'm
know.
asking you that
Why don't you
question.
ask the
You
court to
don't-
institute? Why don't you, suo moto, you're a lawyer, ask the
Rahul-
court, you're a lawyer, ask the court to institute a court-monitored judicial magistrate inquiry, like you do on every other issue. Why not in this
Yeah,
one?
Rahul. Rahul, that's what. We know how this probe is going to go. It is going to be an impartial probe.
Okay.
The probe will unearth who is responsible. We will find out who
Okay.
mixed this poison in this arak and that made 50% dead. We will find out. We will get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
We have the CBCID has.
Dr. Raman, you're
conducted,
raising your
several
hand. You want to make a point?
investigations.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, Rahul, see, the problem is there was a very similar episode last year where 22 people lost their lives in an illicit liquor case. Now, the CBCID conducted a probe. Apparently, they filed a charge sheet, and that's where it rests. Now, we do not know what lessons were learned from that. We do not know whether there was any political link involved and all of that. So, the point really is the handing over the case to the CBCID is not something that is going to, instill a great deal of confidence in the people. Now, having said that, is the CBI perfect? Of course not. We all know what is happening to hundreds of cases which the CBI is investigating. But My point is there needs to be an external investigating agency. Now, if there is some other agency, so be it. But right now, the only external agency outside the purview of the state government that has the authority potentially, should the courts order it, is the CBI. So not that the CBI is a perfect agency.
The state government actually has to demand a CBI investigation. Then the courts.
No. There is a matter. The AIADMK has moved the court asking for a CBI inquiry.
Yeah.
If the state government has opposed it.
Yeah.
So if
but that's
the
what I'm
state
saying.
government
The point is, viewers,
we have no objection.
The point is the CBI has a conviction rate of 70% plus. The test of a person's endeavor to build a case against an individual is always checked out in the court, viewers. But nonetheless, viewers, let's bring in Tamil Nadu BJP national spokesperson Madhuvanti ji and Mr. R. Rajagopalan. Ms. Madhuvanti ji, this issue is taking center stage in Tamil Nadu. 50 people are dead. God willing, the horrible people who have done this are hung from the closest noose available in a police station after due diligence by the courts, viewers, to pronounce their guilt. Are you satisfied with the manner in which the state government has approached this issue?
Good evening to you and to my fellow panelists also. Absolutely not. We are not satisfied one bit. And we have been saying this from the time the death toll started rising. And our state president has demanded for the resignation of the prohibition minister and for closing down at least a minimum of 1,000 Tasmac shops in Tamil Nadu. No action has been taken. And today and yesterday when the assembly was going on, I'm sure all of you saw the brutal way in which the ADMK people were removed from the assembly. Is this how a democracy functions? Are you telling me that an issue of such importance cannot be even discussed inside the assembly and the role of the opposition is not to ask questions? And the lackadaisical attitude with which every single DMK member is talking about this, they are talking about it as though it's no... I mean, the start of this debate, you saw how Mr. Saravanan tried to oppose you personally. There was not even a word of sorry about the episode, about the whole thing. Where is the Chief Minister? Why hasn't he visited the bereaved homes in Kallakurichi? How far is Kallakurichi from Chennai? Why is it that it is always his son who has to go and visit? You play dynastic politics here also? The Chief Minister of the state doesn't think that this is an important enough issue to visit the homes of these families. And once again, they have said that they will give 10 lakhs of rupees to the families of the dead. What are you trying to propagate here? You drink illicit liquor, I will give you 10 lakhs. So then you initiate more people into drinking illicit liquor, or are you going to find a solution to the problem?
Let me first bring in Mr. Saravanan and Mr. Rajagopalan now. Mr. Saravanan, you heard the BJP spokesperson. Yes. You also heard Dr. Raman, who said that, look, this happened last year too. A CBCID inquiry was instituted. We don't know what came of it, whether there were links with politicians that were unearthed, etc. This is a matter of, I don't know, routine, says the BJP. Matter of routine. It'll be papered over. No, respond, please. Yeah, 3 charges have been made. That you'd block the opposition from speaking, that you have not taken this seriously. You heard them. Please respond.
Rahul. See, when the CBCID investigates and files a charge sheet, we can always speculate that nobody knew. Was there any political connection? If there was any political connection, it would have come out. There are so much, everything is out in the open. If there was any political connection, we are saying we will, whosoever it is, we will take action. We are not afraid. We want justice to be done and we will deliver justice. Okay. And the BJP spokesperson who comes here and waxes eloquence, did Mr. Modi visit Manipur? Even after 1 year of burning and so many people, even women paraded naked. How long will it take? Will it take
Mr.
2 hours?
Modi is the Prime Minister of a country that comprises of
Yes.
so many
Mr.
states,
M.K.
sir.
Stalin is the
This
Chief
is the
Minister.
Chief Minister of
The
your
Chief
own
Minister.
state. Has he bothered to visit
Our
Kallakurichi?
own country.
He spoke about
belongs to
Manipur
our
so
own country.
eloquently.
Have you forgotten
Tamil
that?
Nadu
Have you
belongs to
forgotten
you.
that Manipur belongs to our
I mean,
own
Rahul,
country?
I don't understand this train of logical
What
thinking.
happened in
This is the
Gujarat?
most
What
ridiculous
happened in
statement
Gujarat?
I've heard on this
Okay,
debate.
so
He's
viewers,
talking about the Prime
two
Minister
wrongs,
visiting Manipur.
two wrongs make a
I am
right.
talking about the Chief
Viewers,
Minister
two
visiting
wrongs.
his
Well,
own
please,
state.
let's not
He
shout
doesn't
over
seem
each
to
other.
have- he doesn't seem
I
to
beg
have
you,
basic-
stop
basic
shouting
sense
over
of
each other,
what he's trying
please.
to say.
Stop shouting over each other, please. 1 minute. Two wrongs don't make a right, viewers. In no one's book do they make a right. If the Prime Minister hasn't spoken on Manipur, doesn't mean that the DMK Chief Minister can't set an example. I'm just saying, viewers, think about it. Two wrongs don't make a right. 1 second. I'll just bring in Mr.
Rahul,
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Very unfair. No, very unfair. You keep asking me questions and you don't allow me to answer.
But I did.
Allow me to answer.
Okay.
Allow me to
Rahul,
answer.
it is my turn. Rahul, my turn.
Yeah.
Rahul.
Yeah, Rahul, let me answer. Then you can give the turn to anybody. See, the thing is this. It's not about our leader has made the statements. I have told you what our leader has done. We are asking, is this the same way any other, the Prime Minister or the BJP party responds to any such situation? We have had Balasur. Did the Prime Minister visit that place? We had Pulawama. Did the Prime Minister visit that place? So you are saying don't compare him with the Prime Minister. The two wrongs does not make a right. So are you admitting that Mr. Modi was wrong in not visiting Manipur, in not visiting Pulawama, in not visiting Balasore?
Well, I'm sorry, but
One
second. On the issue of Manipur, silence should have been broken. Silence should have been broken. A visit should have been paid. I'm the first one who has said it. Please go back in the past when the incident happened. 1 second. I want to bring in Mr. R. Raja Gopalan. Viewers, you see, if you want to show that you are a better alternative, you have to behave like that. Dr. Raman himself has pointed out that he doesn't have faith in the CBCID for a variety of reasons which he's pointed out. Mr. Sarvanan can railroad us, no problems. He's a powerful man. He's got a lawyer degree. He's got a police force. You say too much, they'll come after you, viewers. It's happened to me 3 times already. So these are very powerful people. And I'm asking questions of powerful people today, viewers, with some trepidation. But that's okay. I'm asking. I'm doing my job. Mr. R. Raja Gopalan. Yes.
It's a very, very sad tragedy. Police-politician nexus is there in Tamil Nadu. That police is also in collision with the Arak sellers. There are DMK members of high position. They are involved in this. Second thing, 6 leaders of Tamil Nadu opposition.
These are all allegations.
These are allegations. It is all in the press. It's all in the press. So therefore, Nitish Kumar, the opposition leader, Seaman, has been quoting, why should you give the government fund to the private people? Why can't DMK give the money to the private people? It is taxpayers' money. Who are they getting? Why the answer is not given to the Seaman? And second thing, Mr. M.K. Stalin, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, should have visited the place because he cannot take shelter under Manipur. In that case, when Tamil genocide taken place in 2009 in Sri Lanka, northeastern province, did Chief Minister visit? What is that correlation? And today you have silenced the DMK spokesperson very effectively because media is the punching bag. Today you have very effectively put the zip on the DMK spokesperson. Very congratulations, Rahul.
Good. So let me just bring in Dr. Raman. Yes.
Yeah. Rahul, see, the tragedy is that the local area MLA, who was an AIADMK MLA, wrote a letter and raised the issue in the assembly in March 2023, saying that illicit liquor is being brewed heavily in my constituency. Multiple people on YouTube, in fact, one of the well-known YouTubers who's now in jail, had actually said and openly said that this district, there is a lot of illicit liquor being... So it is not that... And the families yesterday said that this was being done openly. It was not like, the middle of the night, somebody was coming and delivering liquor. They were selling it like a shop. It was about hardly a few hundred meters from the police station and the court. So I mean, look, this is a serious issue. And merely glossing over it is not going to prevent the next such illicit liquor death in Tamil Nadu. So if the government is really serious, they need to crack down, they need to get the police to act, and whosoever is involved, whether it is a party man or otherwise, they need to take action. Otherwise, the next tragedy is just waiting to happen.
So, Mr. Saravanan, can you just tell us what has been done about the police who failed to act? This is known fact. Dr. Raman is saying, unless you want to contradict him. If he's wrong on facts, you can.
Yeah, Rahul, see, the police, that's what, the PEW police were responsible for stopping this illicit attack. The entire team, the entire wing has been suspended. I told you the SP is also suspended. The investigation is going on. We'll find out what made the culprit to mix poison in the attack.
Okay.
That is the question.
Okay,
Yeah,
viewers,
so it will be founded out, and let me finish this. See, the ADMK MLA spoke about illicit liquor. They say he spoke about this in the assembly. Yes, he spoke about it. He did not give any specific instances. He gave.
So he has to do the job of the intelligence. Okay, anyhow.
He's an
viewers,
MLA. Look, no, allow me to speak. Allow me to complete. I have not completed yet, right? So it's not as though nothing has happened in the same area.
Okay.
There were several raids that had taken place in that area. Several, everything is available in the public domain.
Rahul, can I get 1 minute?
One second. I have run out of time.
Only 1 second, Rahul. Only 1 second, Rahul.
Viewers, I've run out of time, Mr. Saravanan. You know what we'll do? We'll come back to this debate in a couple of days and we will ask you again. I hope you will join me again and take some direct questions, by which time the High Court will have reconvened also, viewers. So we'll ask these questions again. The death toll is only rising, unfortunately. I'll leave it at this. The Right Stand with Anand Narasimhan coming up.
In the hospital throughout the night, and then they brought his mother in an ambulance. They brought the body of his mother back. இது வந்துட்டு இங்க வந்துட்டு கள்ள சாராயம் விக்கறாங்க. இது புதுசா இல்ல
ஆரம்பத்திலிருந்து வித்துக்கிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. அப்பெல்லாம் நிறைய வாட்டி விற்பாங்க. அங்கே தான் விற்கிறாங்க. ஜனங்க நிறைய தேடும் இன்னரெல்லாம் போயிட்டே இருப்பாங்க, வாங்கிட்டு குடிச்சிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. அப்பெல்லாம் ஒன்றும் ஆகல.
வருஷமா நடக்கும்.
அங்கேயே தான் வீட்டுக்கிட்டே அவங்க சொந்த இடத்துல அவங்க சொந்த வீட்டிலே விற்றுக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. அண்ணனும் தம்பி விற்கிறாங்க. அவங்க விற்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் அவங்க யாரும் போலீஸோ கீழீஸோ வந்து ஒரு கேள்வியும் கேட்கறதில்ல. அவங்க மட்டும் விற்றுக்கிட்டு நல்லா பப்ளிக்காக விற்பாங்க. பப்ளிக்காக விற்றுக்கிட்டு தான் இருக்கு.
So she says that the sale of illicit liquor was done in the open space just here. Every day illicit liquor has been sold for many years, and the police, state government officials, all of them turned a blind eye. It's an open secret that illicit liquor is sold here, and it's not new, and no action has been taken place. It's not banned yet, and they are the ones who are finally suffering. உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு வயசு ஆயிருக்கு?
எனக்கு 15 வயசு ஆகுது. பாய்ஸ் ஸ்கூல் தான் படிச்சுட்டு இருந்தேன். நேற்று வந்து பார்த்தா ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸுங்க சொன்னாங்க, ஏதோ உங்கள் வீட்டில் ஏதோ சண்டை, உங்கள் வீட்டில் யாரோ ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் இருக்காங்களான்னு சொல்லி அப்போ தான் ஸ்கூல்லேருந்து வந்தேன். அங்கே எங்கள் பாட்டிக்கு கடைக்கு பக்கத்தில் இருக்கீங்கன்னு சொன்னாங்க. வீட்டில் அப்பாவுக்கும் அம்மாவுக்கும் உடம்பு சரியில்லாமல் ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் இருக்காங்களான்னு வந்து வீட்டில் கேட்டிருந்தா யாருமே எதுவும் சொல்லவே இல்லை. நியூஸை பார்த்த உடனே தான் தெரிஞ்சு அம்மாவும் அப்பாவும் இறந்து போயிட்டாங்கன்னு. அது நினச்சிட்டு நாங்கள் எதுவும் அழுவில் எதுவும் செய்யலை, அமைதியாக தான் இருந்தோம். மற்றவங்க வந்து எங்ககிட்ட அழுவு பேச எங்களுக்கு அழுவு வந்து நாங்களும் எது பண்ணிக்காமல் எங்கள் ஆயா பக்கத்தில் தான் போயிட்டு உக்காந்துக்கிட்டோம். நாங்களும் எதுவும் சொல்ல.
இப்போ உங்களை பார்த்துக்கிறதுக்கு யாராவது இருக்காங்களா? நீங்கள் யாரும் இருக்கீங்க?
யாரும் இல்லை.
பாட்டி வயசானவங்க வந்து மாளாதுங்க.
யாருமே இல்லை. இவங்களும் வயசானவங்க, அவங்க பாட்டி அவங்களும் வயசானவங்க. அவங்களுக்கும் கணவன் இல்லை, இவங்களுக்கும் இல்லை. ஒரு பொண்ணு இருக்குது, ஒரு பொண்ணு, 2 பசங்க தான் இருக்காங்க. யாரும் இல்லை. இவங்களை பார்த்துக்கிறதுக்குன்னு யாரும் இல்லை, படிக்க வைக்கிறதுக்குன்னு யாரும் இல்லை. 2 பசங்க இல்லை, 2 பசங்க.
They've lost the breadwinner of the family. They've lost their parents. There's no one else for them. There are 2 grandmothers, the father's mother and the mother's mother. Only they are there. But now they ask who's going to pay for the rent, who's going to pay for their children education. They had 3 children, all of them in 9th, 10th and 11th 10th grade, who's going to help educate them, spend for their education, spend for the rent here. They have no one except for the two grandmothers who are there on either side. Very, very tragic incident. Many people have lost their loved ones, and here many breadwinners have died because of the consumption of illicit liquor, and for them life has totally changed over the last 24 hours. Very tragic incident, and they continue to mourn the death of their loved ones.
எவ்வளோ வருஷமா எவ்வளோ இது நிறைய வருஷமா வித்துட்டு இருக்காங்களா இல்லை எப்படி?
வித்துட்டாங்க. நான் அப்பெல்லாம் ஒன்றும் இதுமாரி ஆகலைங்க.
பல வருஷமா.
News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio.
Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narsimhan, coming to you live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studios. First up, ladies and gentlemen, according to the provisional payroll data released by the Labour Ministry, the Employment Provident Fund Organisation, or the EPFO net, added 1.89 million members just in the month of April, an increase of 31.29% from the previous month. And the data showed that 887,000 new members, including 249,000 women, joining the EPFO during the month. A report by Motilal Oswal, meanwhile, Financial Services, they have highlighted that India's jewellery retail sector has surged to $80 billion, that is rupees 6,66,480 crore in the financial year 2024 from $50 billion in 2018. The report also highlights that rising disposable income and improving mix for regular wear of jewellery, enhanced product offerings